Tamamdır. Mikrofonu susturalım bir şey istiyorsan abi.
History, location, cultural structure, and the level it is required in terms of education, Turkey is one of the world's primary centers of education, where the Turkish and Islamic culture is experienced in the most beautiful harmony, a modern and democratic country in Turkey. You can pursue an education in any field you wish in Turkey's foundation and state universities, such as healthcare, law, politics, engineering, and social sciences. We invite you to study in Turkey's TRADEMARK universities. Education in Turkey.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I hope we will give you information Turkish University tonight. I hope this online seminar benefit every student. We invite to study in Turkey. Firstly, Mr. Ömer will give you more information, and then I will give you information. Last season, ask and answer section. Okay, have a nice online webinar. Mr. Ömer?
Well, thank you, Mr. Dursun. We will talk about today. We will generally talk about the studying abroad, and also especially studying in Turkey. Well, Filsan, we will answer your questions in this presentation, I believe. So stick with us. So let's start. Well, why students want to study abroad? First of all, let's talk about this. Well, basically to get a quality education, to get a good job that will secure their future, to gain self-confidence and succeed in life, to meet multicultural international students and individuals, and especially to have better living conditions than their countries of origin. And also in there also, you will be one step further ahead of your pioneers, because you get education on abroad. So that's really important. In your origin of country too, you will be ahead of your pioneers. You will be ahead of your friends, because you get education from a different country. It always put you in further in life, one step ahead. So what do students expect from education abroad? Obviously, a quality education and profession that will benefit them in the future. And also what they expect in general from the country, it's also important. Live in a better social and cultural environment than their countries. Affordable tuition or even a good scholarship if it's possible. And they look for part-time job opportunities during their studies, and also they look for good job opportunities after graduation, which all of them are really important from their own standpoint. And the biggest challenges of studying abroad. Study abroad far from home and family. Homesickness is a really great problem. Be aware that we feel you, but it will always put you again further ahead of your competitors, of your pioneers in life. So it's actually you get something, you give something to get something deal happens here, unfortunately. Dealing with economic problems and financial studies, you must have money, obviously, like everything in life, unfortunately. Racism and xenophobia, in particular Islamophobia in Europe and the EU. Well, we see that especially these days, unfortunately, with the events in Ukraine, with the sad events in Ukraine, let's say the immigration process in Poland, etc. And the language problems, not understanding the Turkish language. English language is partially fluent in Turkey, especially while you make your shopping, you will not get hard time. I mean, the English is not really widely spoken here, but people will understand you in general, especially the salesmen. You will have not that much of a problem, I believe. Especially after you learn Turkish, you will realize that Turkish people are really like Turkish delight. We are really soft, especially for foreigners. Friendly. So Let's talk about scholarship. The fellowship's possibilities during study in Turkey. Basic criteria for application. Well, first of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Lending money in any case from a government, from a state, or from individuals, it's people generally don't tend to do that. So it's like they lend money to see from a point of view. If you look at it, it's harder to get free money, let's say. So because of that, the criteria are high, but it's achievable. It's not hard. You can achieve these criteria. It's just hard, you know. Well, basic criteria for application. Minimum academic success for undergraduate applicants is 70%. And minimum academic success for master's and PhD candidates are 75%. Minimum academic success for applicants in health sciences, medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy is 90%. For undergraduate programs, you need to be under 21 years old. For master programs, you need to be under 30 years old. And for doctoral programs, you need to be under 35 years old. And education, accommodation, food, transport, monthly allowance are in fully funded scholarship. Well, there are other scholarships too. Deduction scholarships, for instance, on tuition fees of the private universities. Many private universities offer tuition discounts for successful students. Each university has different criteria for success. According to the graduation average, there are scholarships of 25, 50, and 75%. And those who gain a 100% of scholarship can study at a private university for free. Which again, it's hard to achieve, but it's not impossible. You can do it if you really like work for that. ISA Edu in Turkey scholarship we also offer. We offer full scholarships, excluding the health departments, unfortunately, to students who learn Turkish and have a grade point average of 15, I'm sorry, out of 20 or above 80 out of 100 if they register to university together with 5 of their friends. And also, some organizations and foundations operating in Turkey offer monthly allowance for scholarships to brilliant students in need. Again, they lended money to gain something. So yeah, we find the most suitable scholarships for students who have pre-registered with us. For pre-registration, this is an old link. You can use it, but in general, we also share it in our chat. But also, you can find it on our website. It's if you go to register link, there is a pre-registration section there. You can go ahead and pre-register to our services there, which is completely free. That's the registration, pre-registration part is completely free. Well, let's talk about part-time work opportunity during studies in Turkey. According to conditions listed below, you can find opportunities to work while studying in Turkey, which we are, as an agency, we also help you to find these opportunities, which you need to have these conditions so that we can help you. If you learn Turkish, you cannot work the first year, even if you know the Turkish, if you need to finish your first year, first of all. If you have good abilities in computerized office work such as IT, graphics, etc. If you have skills, you will have easier time and you will have a great, handsomely paid job automatically. And online sales and online language training, etc. work that can be done remotely online. Yes. You can find part-time jobs by yourself too if you have some skills, but like we help you to find in general in Turkey and in general to find you part-time jobs in any case. You can still work in offices, cafe and restaurant, and also as a translator, etc. Here, if you know Turkish very well, for instance, you can do a translation job which pay you great. Or English to French or something, Arabic to French. Here, we find a part-time job for every student who comes through our agency and speak Turkish. So yeah, we have criterias, and we also have criteria of, again, as we mentioned first, you need to finish your first year, so then we can help you. Yeah. So why education in Turkey? Why you should choose our country? Why you should choose us? The cost of life and school fees in Turkey is much more affordable compared to that of Europe and America, but also education conforms to European standards. So when we say European standards, we don't mean the average European universities. We are like at this like the we are talking about the proper European education. We have universities at that level, as they also have high standard universities. We have high standard universities in their level, and it's way cheaper when we compared with them. Obviously, money is a relative term, the cheapness. But when we compare with Europe, and US, it's way cheaper, and the education level is almost the same, or even almost. It's not even almost; it's actually same. After graduation, finding a job in your country and even in Turkey becomes very easy. Yes, getting education abroad will put you further in your life, which Turkey is not an exception. Especially Turkey as a modernized country is not really an exception. Like, yeah. Uh, Opportunities for part-time work while studying at university, and there are scholarship opportunities for bright students. Yes, we talked about it. In Turkey, there are more than 200 universities and more than 8 million students. That's crazy. So yeah, and there are 200,000 international students in Turkey from all over the world. So you will not feel really alone. Like we are really multicultural, especially Istanbul is a really multicultural city. Our universities have lots of students from different cultures come here for better living conditions, or having a better education, or at putting themselves on further in their life. So yeah. Well, let's talk about Turkish universities, especially let's compare state universities and private universities. English departments are common at private universities. You register without any exam and with your graduation score. And state universities are much more affordable, but they ask for those exam education generally in Turkish, and the staff is not really capable. Like in general, we don't say that the staff doesn't capable of English, but in general, they are not really that capable of at English language. So you can have a hard time in some universities, at least in state universities. But in private universities, 99% of them have people who are great at English language. Tuition fees are between 3,000 and $7,000 per year at private universities, and it's 100 and 500 per year at state universities. Again, it's cheaper, but there are some weaknesses of state universities. Tuition fees in departments such as medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy are between 12,000 and 20,000 USD per year. So it's higher because, well, Turkey is really great at medicine. It's really great at health department. We are belong to top 10 countries in the world. So yeah. You can study in all the fields in Turkey. This majority of universities are located in big cities like Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir. And that's another factor about state universities. Entering a state universities at these universities is really hard. They don't have that much state universities in these cities, these big cities, especially in Istanbul. And the thing is that if you want to especially get study education from these cities, you kind of if you like, it's really hard to enroll in state universities in these three big cities. Even it's hard for a local, like for me, for instance. It's for private, as far as I'm aware. Yes. But again, it's really hard to enroll in state universities. The points are really, really high, like really high. Mr. Dursun himself works as he's a doctor, for instance. It's hard. You need to really successful at that. Our consultation services before your arrival in Turkey. Well, let's talk about our services, our agency services. We have 4 steps in general, in most basic way. The first step is not a must, but we highly uh, recommend you to get it because, well, the fourth steps basically introduce you to Turkish culture and Turkey and your city and everything. You will see it. Let's talk about it now. Well, this first step is we give the detailed information about the Turkish education system and about life in Turkey right now. For instance, provide detailed information admissions in Turkish universities, provide information about scholarships and part-time work opportunities while studying in Turkey. Attending our seminars and online fairs, we create these seminars for you students so that you can have more idea, more knowledge about Turkish universities and our services and our country. A pre-registration on our website to apply to universities and evaluate the information and documents submitted during pre-registration and report deficiencies. And the second step, which is 100 USD, is in addition to providing primary level consulting services, which include the first step, the following services will be provided. Examine your applications and complete the missing documents. So this is the part where we actually start you to register, enroll you to a university. Examine your applications and complete the missing documents. Search and find the department and university that suits you best, and receive a pre-acceptance letter by registering at 2 different universities. Reassess universities whose letters of acceptance have been submitted and make the final decision. 724 always give appropriate answers and information to questions, and the service period is 1 month. Payment is initially received and does not give rise to any refund. Basically. And the third step is we provide the following services in addition to primary and secondary level services. Give detailed information about scholarships and part-time work opportunities while studying. Receive from the university the final acceptance letter, invitation to be used in visa procedures. So this is the step where you packed up and start to come here, and actually come here. In the final letter of acceptance cannot be received, no payment will be made, which is really important. If it's the thing didn't complete it, you don't need to pay, basically. The consultation fee will be transferred after receipt of the letter of acceptance. The third level counseling service will be free for those who registered for private universities. However, there will be an additional fee for those who wish to get admission in medicine and dentistry. So again, medicine and dentistry health departments, again, not specifically at the departments, but these departments always have some struggles to achieve, unfortunately. Each student will follow his own visa procedures. We take no responsibility for visas. We can't follow the procedures especially from here. So all the responsibility is yours in that case. And that's the final step actually. This is again not a must. Like it's not you don't need to it's not a must. You don't need to take it, but we will recommend you to take it highly. Well, first of all, our guide service after your arrival in Turkey. Once you arrive in Turkey with an additional charge, we can provide you with services listed below. Reception at the airport and transport to the hotel. Find a dormitory or apartment for accommodation. We find you a place to live, basically. Follow the registration process at the dormitory and at the university. We register you. Obtain health insurance and apply for residence permit. Basically, everything to live here. Begin to university registration procedures and prepare the translation of documents. Request and obtain an appointment for the diploma's equivalence certificate. Opening an account bank. make a brief presentation of the city, obtain a calling card and a public transportation card. So we basically give you every start point to leave the city, have a more understanding of everything in Turkey if you get this service, which is really important. Well, we invite all the world's youth to study in Turkey. Our culture, our country is amazing. It's beautiful. We have a beautiful culture, a beautiful country, a beautiful nature, everything. Our people are really friendly and warm. So, which is we live in a hot climate. Maybe it's the one of the reasons of that. You guys, probably all of you, for instance, heard about Turkish cats. We have a really sweet people. So yeah, we actually will be really happy to share these feelings, this culture with you too. So by subscribing to our social medias, you can be informed of all news. So these are Facebook group, Telegram, all of our accounts on social medias, and this is our account. And you can contact us anytime via MSN or WhatsApp, which we are mostly active on WhatsApp. You will get answer way faster from WhatsApp. So we highly recommend you to especially write us from WhatsApp. So thank you for listening to me, everyone. Mr. Dursun.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening again. I will give you more a little information. Firstly, if you want to study in Turkey, private university or state university, but we are working generally private university. Because state university is very difficult, because state university need US exam and high score and generally Turkish language. For example, US or SAT exam, if you have your high score US exam or SAT exam, and then you can speak Turkish, you can apply state university. We invite to private university. Secondly, your documentation all English, very important. And then fee, average annual tuition fee between 2,500 and 6,000 USD per years. And then you can ask all time by WhatsApp. If you want to ask, you can ask all time by WhatsApp, and we will give you information fastly. Yes, let's question. Evet, soru cevaba geçebiliriz.
We will switch to Q&A now. Bir tanesini cevaplayayım mı abi, ben şimdi
Evet.
yazıyordum tam da.
WhatsApp'ta
Well, Atiyullah, I believe you say that the fourth step of services are missing. Well, the guide service is the fourth step, our guide service, which is not mandatory, but we recommend you to take it. That's the fourth step of our services. Tamamdır abi.
Evet. Salman Farsi, you can ask good ask inbox. You can ask after seminar by WhatsApp. we will give you more information. Mr. Salman Farsi, if you contact by WhatsApp, we will more information. But a little answer. Uh, Registration starting now in April. Firstly, private university starting in April, but state university will start for registration at June. And then private university is not high score requirements, and then you can part-time work in Turkey second yearly. If you registration by in agency, our agency, we give you part-time work all time. If you apply our agency, we find for you part-time and
jobs.
Public university score, high score, and then Filsan, medicine. I study university. Yes. If you want to provide university medicine faculty, generally you can find English language at private university. But if you want to study medicine of faculty, you cannot find English language, because a few university provide study university English language. For example, Hacettepe University, Cerrahpaşa University, Labgazi University, English language in medicine, but you can win very difficult, because very high score, and you have to pass your exam. We invite private university because you can find private university very easy and English language, and no need use exam.
So basically, health education is already hard. So getting it in Turkish, especially if you're not really proficient at it, will be really hard for you. So getting it at English, which only private universities have, will be better option for you, unfortunately. Which again, as Mr. Dursun said, it's really hard even for a local again to enroll at health department. Even at the worst state university, the points are really high there for health.
Özellikle bizim özel üniversitelerde çalıştığımızı, devlet üniversitelerinde İngilizcenin çok olmadığını, çok zor olduğunu tekrar özetle vurgulayalım, bir özele yönlendirelim.
Well, in general, we work with private universities. Although we have services with state universities, we also get additional payment from you if you choose, for instance, state university to get education from a state university. But other than that, again, language is a great barrier when it comes to this topic, especially, for instance, health education in Turkey. I mean, there are some departments, for instance, international relations, you can find 100% English in state universities, but they are really few. So yeah, if you want, for instance, medicine or basically health, you kind of forced to get private, unfortunately.
Yes. Atikullah Rasoli, for Atikullah Rasoli, accommodation fee very vary every city. For example, if you want to study in Istanbul, you need um, 200 US per month minimum in Istanbul. But if you want to study small city, for example Trabzon, Erzurum, Sivas city, small city, you need 100 USD per month. Very cheap, but Istanbul very expensive. Yes, Atikullah. Fil sana bir cevap ver, genel bir cevap.
Bu Filsa'nın şey sorusu var. YÖS'le ilgili akt, sat şeyleri var.
Yani
YÖS yerine onu alabilir miyim
sat
diyor
sınavı
veya
bazı üniversitelerde geçerli. Tüm devlet üniversitelerinde YÖS geçerli. Ama
hmm.
sat çok az üniversitelerde geçerli. Genellikle YÖS geçerli.
Well, although you kinda in theory have sat uh, other than YÖS, like some universities accept it, but very few of them actually accept SAT as a primary, as a legitimate exam. So all universities actually accept YÖS. So yeah, kinda you need to enroll in YÖS exam, unfortunately, to get education in state universities. Well, Mr. Dursun didn't mention that. I don't know.
Generally, don't forget, if you want to study private university, no need any exam. If you want to study private university in Turkey, no need exam. And then
Yeah, you don't
private
need to enroll in
university
exams.
generally Turkish and English, very important. And then minimum 2000 2000 USD per month for private university. Okay. We will finish this online seminar, but you can contact by WhatsApp, and you can ask all the time WhatsApp. We will give you more information by WhatsApp every time.
Dear Filsan, I will especially recommend you to write us from WhatsApp. It seems like you have lots of questions still, so it will be better if you ask us from WhatsApp.
You if you contact WhatsApp,
You're welcome.
I will give you more information. Thank you very
Yes.
much everything. I hope we will contact all the time. We invite
Yeah.
to study Turkey, and if you fill form, we can help you all the time, and we can find part-time and scholarship. But we are working generally private university. Okay. Thank you. Good night, everything.
Hello, Frederick. The seminar is ended. You can contact us via WhatsApp for your questions. And also we will send all of you the hala canlı yayının kaydını gönderiyoruz değil mi abi katılımcılara?